Shut up and sit down.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious. And we are going to go over Saturday night's main event. It was in Montreal, Quebec. And that's about the most I'm going to do about with Montreal and French jokes. Otherwise, the HR department's going to get mad at me, and I just barely avoided getting in trouble with the Berlin jokes. Not the Berlin, with the Germany jokes. And anyways, before we get into the show, let's remind everyone on how we pay these funny little gimmicks called bills. Folks, we here are WWE Shop affiliates. So what that means is, if there is a piece of WWE merchandise that you want to get from their store, all you gotta do, click the link below, or if you're watching this in the video, see that QR code right there on the screen? All you gotta do is just scan it. It takes you to WWE Shop. You go and you make a purchase for whatever item your heart desires, and, well, it could be the most expensive thing on the site, or it could be the least expensive thing on the site. It's all good. It's all good. Because we here at the Vicious Studios receive a small nominal commission for each purchase you make. And folks, I don't know if you've noticed, but you've always heard me saying that we use those funds to help improve this show for you guys. And, well, we have not been avoiding it. We openly address our faults on this show. Yes, we're, for the longest time, our camera equipment, courtesy of a certain producer named Wade, who will remain nameless, wound up having us get some camera equipment that made our videos look like crap, like that. And, well, we apologize. We do. And with those proceeds, we have improved the video quality, as you can tell right now. So, make those purchases through that. Also, folks, we are also affiliates with the Pitbull Skull Shaver, and it is no secret. I do not hide it. It cannot be denied. I am bald. And bald is beautiful, folks. And thanks to the Pitbull Skull Shaver, I make sure I stay that way. Because you see, it's got a nice, sleek, ergonomic design that fits right into my hand. Built-in rechargeable lithium-ion battery. Power that sucker on, and that goes over my head 60 to 90 seconds. Tops. That's what it takes to shave my head. I want you to think about that for a minute. 60 to 90 seconds. You realize that you can't get that kind of a shave, one of them cheap little plastic razor gimmicks that you get from like the drugstores, right? Aside from that, folks, here, I got one of the blades right here. Now you see these things? Like I said, you run this on the Pitbull right across your head, 60 to 90 seconds. Beautiful. You're going to wind up looking beautiful afterwards. And the beauty about these things, they only need quick clean off after you're done. Pop it off, rinse it under the sink. Boom, you're done. All you got to do also, replacement blades. About every 6 months. I want you to think about that for a minute. Every 6 months for a replacement. You can't get that with a handheld razor. You're going to wind up fighting tooth and nail to scrape every nickel and dime out of that, slicing your head up something wicked, looking like you just came out of a death match. Not with the Pitbull Skull Shaver. They also have a plethora of accessories, as well as they have a plethora of shaving accessories. And folks, might I also say, the Pitbull Skull Shaver does not just work for the head. No. Because you see, if you have unsightly arm hair or shoulder hair, easy enough. You can run it across your arms. Boom. You want to get rid of unwanted underarm hair. Boom. You want to get rid of that nasty looking tarantula you got on your chest? Run it across there. Boom. Done. And might I say also, if you need it for the nether regions, it works down below as well. The Pitbull Skull Shaver. Make sure you click the link in the description tab. Also, folks, outside of doing a telephone, telegram, tell a friend about Vicious Rants, the OG way to help support the show is none other than some Vicious Rants apparel, which you can get at whatamaneuver.net. Cannot stress enough how great these shirts are. Listen, as an autistic guy, I can tell you right now, I'm very sensitive when it comes to certain fabrics and clothing. And whatamaneuver.net shirts, oh my god, they are so soft. If it wasn't for the fact that I only have a handful of these shirts, man, I'd be wearing them 24/7 every freaking day. They are that soft. We got men's tees, we got women's tees, we got tanks, we got toddler tees, we got baby onesies. Folks, we got shirts for your mall. And it is the perfect shirt to get for somebody you love, somebody you hate. Or if you got or if you have to go and give a shirt to a particular charity, a donation, whatever, but you don't want to get rid of a shirt that means a lot to you, something that has a lot of significance to you, might I recommend making a purchase for some Vicious Rants apparel and sending it to that charity. Just saying. Whatamaneuver.net, search for Vicious Rants on there. Folks, they make some really, really great quality stuff, I tell you. So, with that said, now that we're done talking about that, also, folks, episode 2 of the Main Event Network's Dusty Finish is in the bag. And might I also recommend you check that out because it had a plethora of beards, as well as yours truly was on there. And, folks, those that know me know I've always loved TNA. I shot my shot on TNA. I talked about the good, I talked about the bad, and I talked about what I saw and where I see some issues. And folks, the Main Event Network channel is trying to build itself up. Please, if you have not subscribed to the Main Event Wrestling Network's YouTube page, we are trying to build that page up as well. Now that we've done doing all that, if we could, by all means. Wade, are we able to now? Did we clear everything? Okay, thank you. Now we're going to get into Saturday night's main event in Montreal, Quebec. Thankfully, no screw jobs were done. And yes, we did clear that joke with HR because there was no making jokes about a particular culture, just a particular wrestling moment. So, either way, the first match that was supposed to happen, and I say supposed to, was Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes. And my first take, Jacob came out, no shirt on, and just, good Lord, that man leaned, and I mean leaned the hell out, like, good God. And listen, I'm not a body guy. I'm not. You know, I get in wrestling you need to have wrestlers of all shapes and sizes. You need to have ones that look like Schwarzenegger in his prime. You need to have ones that look like Earthquake. You need to have ones that look like Otis. You need to have ones that look like freaking Darby Allin even. But just, if I've been following Jacob since he was in MLW and seeing and this is not meant to come off negative, so if it sounds it, I apologize, but seeing the weight loss and how much he slimmed down from his time in MLW to now was just, holy shit nuts, that's fucking impressive. Just wow. But either way, now we're going to get back to the match, or lack thereof, because Jacob came out, then Cody came out, he did, whoa, came out, got up to the steps, boom, 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 boom. Climbed up to the ropes, getting ready to do his second. Whoa! Got his arms up. They launched the pyro, and then Jacob just boom! Went at him, something wicked, and they started swinging at each other. And I mean, folks, they looked like there was like one of them owed each other money. Like I don't know how else to describe it other than that. That's the best way I can. It was just whoa, okay, that's something. And then they start going at it, and it looks like okay, they're gonna separate them so we can ring the bell at some point. Never happens. They wind up going through the crowd out into the entryway, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, I popped a little when I heard Michael Cole actually saying, "Oh, and they're working their way up through the vom." Old show term for the vomitorium, but I popped on that. And in a way, that's a good thing that happened because you can't have somebody lose if the match never happened. So 10 gets you 20. They're gonna wind up having a match, if not at the Rumble, at the Royal Rumble. Then they're going to have a massive moment inside the Royal Rumble itself. So yeah. Next up, we had women's tag action. Io Sky Rhea Ripley against Roxxane, Perez, and Liv. Sorry. I had to take my heart pills. Roxxane, Perez, and Liv. Yeah. Nice good start with the faces. They were leading, and when Io getting turned into the punching bag, Rhea wound up getting a hot tag. Once she got Liv, it was just, you know, that sadistic look Liv Morgan gives in the little wave, like the I'm about to tear your soul, I'm about to eat your soul and shit it out look. That one, yeah, she gave Liv that one, and then Liv Morgan just had this look of, I regret every decision that led me to this moment. And I absolutely loved it. I love that fact. And then she just went all out on Liv. Now, at one point, it looked like Io and Rhea were about to get the win, and then, oh, wouldn't you know, Raquel Rodriguez shows up out of nowhere, and, you know, I hate to say I'm hopping on the bandwagon for this, but fuck it, I'm gonna hop on the bandwagon for saying this. Ever since Raquel listened to Kevin Nash's advice of work as a big man, basically, work to your height, she has, and she has improved immensely. Big Mommy Cool has, you know, I've always liked Big Mommy Cool, but she has progressed leaps and bounds since that. But Raquel Rodriguez came out, went to go run interference. Next thing you know, we get saved by Stephanie Vaquer, no longer wearing an ankle brace, not wearing the air cast, comes out, takes Raquel out of the equation. We get back to the match, and it is a stellar match. It comes to a finish with Rhea doing a blind tag on Io just seconds, and I mean seconds, before Liv, boom, hits Oblivion, thinking she's going to get the win. Ref's looking at Liv. Hey, there was a tag. I can't do the pin. I can't do the pin. Next thing you know, Rhea, she scoops her up, winds up hitting her with a Riptide for the 1, 2, 3, and she made all the boys on the internet cry when she did the sexy pin on Liv and folded her up, not like a pretzel. Oh, no. More like a crepe. Yeah. Now we come to... now we come to, hands down, this was match of the night for the Saturday night's main event. And dare I say, a contender. Early on contender for match of the year. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh my God. Okay, first and foremost, AJ came out wearing the OG mask like he had at Wrestle Kingdom 10. Nakamura came out, and then the way these two worked, oh my God. This was hands down their best match they've ever done in WWE yet. I'm not saying ever. No. But I'm saying it's the best match that they did in WWE to date. Because this was very much so in the same way. This mirrored their match at Wrestle Kingdom 10 in 2016 in all of the right ways. Oh my God in heaven. Wow. I don't know how else to describe that match. This match, other than that, it was just the pacing, the action, the near falls, the amount of near falls even, and the way that AJ targeted Shin's knee and the way Nakamura was working it the entire time, like, you know, it was just wow. I don't know how else to describe it, but it mirrored their match at Wrestle Kingdom so beautifully. It came to an end with AJ hitting a phenomenal forearm and then a Styles Clash for the 1-2-3. And the part that got me the most was at the end, AJ, he came down, went over to Nakamura, and did the fist bump with him, just like at Wrestle Kingdom. Like, hey, we cool? We're cool. Paid respect, just, oh, wow. Listen, that match, the match in 2016 was one of, if not the best match I saw that year. I can't recall a better match I saw in 2016 outside of that. You know, and just, yeah, just this very much so. A lot of happy memories from it. Core memory unlocked. But I don't know how else to describe it except this was a freaking, pardon the pun, phenomenal match. If you go out of your way to watch that, I don't care if you have to go and if you're getting it on Peacock. I don't care if you got to rip it off of, if you can rip it on YouTube, if you got to pirate it some kind of way. Freaking go and see that match. Trust me, you will appreciate it. Now we come to the last match of the night. Fatal 4-way to determine who will face Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble for his coveted WWE Championship. We got Randy, by God, Orton. If you were going to build a wrestler from the ground up, he would look just like Randy Orton. Damien Priest, the hottest new sensation to come from NXT, Trick Williams, and holy Sami Zayn, the man himself. Now, Montreal's own Sami Zayn, a really decent start. Everyone getting one-on-one time with Sami, and I don't know about anyone else. Personally, I like that. I thought that was nice, that the fact that everyone had some one-on-one time. Excuse me, getting so excited, I'm fumbling over myself. I thought it was nice that everyone got some one-on-one time with Sami while doing this match because of that fact that they were in Montreal. And yeah, and I get everyone likes to think, oh, Sami's not the underdog anymore. Sami's this guy. Sami's not the underdog. He's a contender. He's this. He's that. He's that. Okay, let me ask you this, though. If he's not the underdog, why is it nobody still believes he's going to win a title? Because nobody thought Steve Austin would ever win a title. Nobody ever thought Shawn Michaels would win a title. Hell, nobody thought Kevin Owens would win a world title. And, you know, if we're going to talk about outside of WWE, Nobody thought Matt Cardona would win not just the NWA World's Championship, but the GCW World Championship. So, I always love me a good underdog story, and not only that, I love Sami Zayn. He is the last student of the late great El Generico, who passed away in Tijuana tending to orphans. He died of fever roughly about a month after Sami Zayn joined NXT. So yeah, but great match, and I loved that. It was Sami. He fought from the ground up, and he kept getting it. He got his fair share of shots in, but as much as he got, as much as he gave it, he got back and was just like, all right, come on, spit the, you know, come on, is that all you got? I ain't heard no bell yet. Let's go. And he just went at it like that. And match came to an end when Sami, he wound up hitting a haluva kick out of nowhere to Damien Priest for the 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, ding. That was it. So your winner and number one contender for the WWE Championship, Sami Zayn, and with SmackDown being on Saudi this Friday, you know he's going to get a massive pop. And with the Royal Rumble on at the show there as well, you're going to get an even bigger pop, I guarantee, when he walks out there for that challenge. So, with that said, that is it for this week's show, folks. So, if you're watching the video, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes when you can. If you're listening to this on audio, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from, leave us a thumbs up or a 5-star review if you feel we've earned it. Share it with your friends. We are trying to build the audio up. Thank you to contributor to the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. There are a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Also, folks, don't forget to follow these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter. DSB_IV, main event _net, the main event network account, Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, and D-Dryer1986. Folks, Tim Vicious on the shoals, and like I always tell you, you love me, great, you hate me.
Shut up and sit down.
Fuck yous.